What is a sign of extremely low intelligence? People who confuse their opinions with facts. If I claim to be a wise man, I surely means that I don't know. People incapable of independent thinking and being unable to solve small problems by themselves. My mother was a book smart and could learn just about anything that was in a book, but she couldn't logic her way out of a wet paper bag. She would need a pamphlet with written instructions, fell for every QQ product, MLMs, infomercials, diets, and even a cult. Tell her two truths and a lie, she would believe all three without question. Inability to take new information on board and change your position on subjects. Making strong options on topics you don't understand. Worse, when they don't want to admit that they don't know much about it. There are people who admit they are not most knowledgeable about the topic, but will still give their thought. Never ever possessing the ability to admit that they are wrong, or don't know something, or have screwed up, no matter how obvious. Talking in circles, saying anything educational is boring. I used to be an instructional designer who made e-learning courses. In that field, we used something called the ADDIE methodology to systematically build out our courses training materials. Any instructional designer worth their salt should know what this is. Long story short, my former boss kind of inherited the training team and absolutely refused to learn anything about what we did. She thought ADDIE was stupid, boring, and instead obtained her knowledge of the industry by reading BuzzFeed-style blog articles. Never changing opinions, even after proven wrong. Parroting the talking points without being able to discuss them, even in their most basic terms. That indicates that they have no knowledge and no curiosity about the world. This, especially in politics, funny names and sayings might be okay on a sign in a protest or on a bumper stick, but if you are using those in an actual argument, I immediately assume you can't think for yourself. Oh yeah, my answer would have to be parroting the talking points without being able to discuss them, even in their most basic terms. That indicates that they have no knowledge and no curiosity about the world. Talking louder over someone to win an argument. Difficulty understanding analogies, using anecdotes in an argument as if they prove something. Go through my post history and you'll get an idea. As a SPED teacher, I went through the top 10 answers and have to say that none of these are examples of low intelligence. Many are examples of stubbornness, pride, brainwashing, echo chambers, and more. People with low levels of intelligence have a wide variety of personalities just like anyone else. Some are stubborn and ignorant, some are complaining and love to learn, some are angry and easily manipulated, some have a great emotional control, some are lazy and some are hardworking. People with low intelligence take longer to process information and struggle with complex topics that have multiple components working at the same time. Many struggle against this deficit and develop strategies to overcome. For some, the obstacles are too large and some simply don't have the will or behaviors to overcome their struggles. Edit. Since a lot of people are identifying themselves in this post, I really just want to point out that high intelligence can be a great trait to be born with but does not grant a person success or happiness. The reality is that it's probably not even in the top 10 of traits most valued by friend groups, families, businesses, etc. Behaviors that can be trained like self-discipline, reliability, friendliness, etc. will take you much farther in life than being able to solve complex problems at fast speeds. If you want to improve how your intelligence is perceived, remember that we live in a society where no one can be an expert in everything. However, you can focus your time on a couple things that you enjoy and always be the smartest person in the room on those things. Chances are you have already done this to some extent. Difficulty with nuance. All situations are black and white. Not being able to understand simple concepts. Had an acquaintance one time talk about how he is going to open up a law firm for his wife once she graduates law school and passes the bar. He literally made it sound so easy, and when our friend group asked him questions like, how do you expect to buy an office straight out of college? Where will you get clientele that is going to work with you? Do you have money saved up so you can start working cases where you won't immediately be paid? His brain kind of short circuited and reverted to, well, we don't need an office and we can work out of house, plus we just need to win that one big case settlement, then we will be jump started. Sorry, long-winded. I work with a guy who used to talk about opening a McDonald's. He would say anyone can open one, the bank just gives you the money because McDonald's is sure thing. Well, that didn't pan out obviously, and he moved on the stock market. By moved on, I mean he screenshots other people's portfolio posts probably from right here on Reddit and claims they are his accounts. In the time I have known him, he has also tried to buy a racehorse, raided a girlfriend's bank account to buy the next Bitcoin, which immediately tanked, and almost convinced some poor college kid he could get by on his bills by using credit cards to pay off credit card bills. No, not balance transfers either. Literally told the kid to make credit card payment with other credit cards so he would never have to make payments with real money. He insists everyone call him by his self-given nickname Big Slow, and he is the dumbest motherfucker I have ever met. Holding strong opinions, yet having no ability to explain, defend or justify them. Not hearing, understanding that there are other opinions. Never asking questions. Never having questions to ask. A lack of knowledge doesn't automatically make someone unintelligent. Lacking the thirst of knowledge is the true sign of a fool. I have worked with students with special needs for a very long time. I worked with a kid that was a junior in high school. Every day we would do the ABCs. After the 2 years I worked with them, the alphabet was brand new every day. However, that kid hit 98% of his free throws on the basketball courts, so you could say his kinesthetic intelligence was extremely high. Just look up Dunning-Kruger effect. It perfectly summarizes the behaviors of people who to their knowledge in a particular field. People who know less are either overconfident after getting started and learning the basics because they don't know what they don't know. On the other hand, subject matter experts are usually very careful what they say because they know how much is there to learn, and there is always a possibility that they could be wrong. Being afraid or ashamed to say I don't know when they don't know. I have never met anyone intelligent who told people how smart they were. Anyone who tells you feels they need to state it, isn't it? Not being able to carry thoughts to their logical conclusion. The amount of people who spout the first thought that poops into their head, then dig the heels in, oh, just I think a little bit longer.